So once you've specified materials, packaging, use, etc., we can look at the end of life of a piece of POP and its packaging. So you can see here that when you go to the end of life stage, there's a list of all the components that you've specified within the product and within the packaging. So we've got the 6 items of materials and components in the product, which you see here in the table. And then further down, we have the 1 item of packaging that we specified. So what you can see here are a number of buttons that you can choose. So if I just draw your attention to the "Is the product easy to disassemble?" question here. So this will affect the overall sustainability score, because if a product is easy to take apart, it might be easier to reuse, it might be easier to recycle. For example, if you took plastic items and permanently bonded them to a piece of MDF or bonded them to a piece of metal, that wouldn't be deemed as easy to disassemble. You may well weld pieces of metal together, and that would be considered easy to disassemble because it's all the same material, and the fact that one piece of metal is welded to another doesn't affect recyclability. So what you have to consider is, how easy is my product, my POP, to take apart? Now what we've said in this particular case is it's not particularly easy to disassemble. So we've clicked the no, and that will have an effect on the overall score. And then what we do is, for each component, we specify what happens at end of life. So in this particular example, we have everything is recycled. It's taken for recycling. However, if we decided that the 2 MDF panels would be landfilled, and we could click here, back panel, base panel, and you can see that now has chosen landfill. We may say, well, the plinth at the bottom here, we know we can reuse it in another project, and when we get it back, we can reuse it, refinish it, and put it back on the market. Then you could specify reuse. We've also included an incineration option, which is a fairly common option when you look at sustainability measures. If that does happen, if you know that certain pieces of cardboard or wood would ultimately end up in incineration, then again you can specify that. But for this particular example, what we are saying is that everything gets recycled. So I'll reset those there. And you do exactly the same again for the packaging. So you can see there, is the packaging easy to disassemble? In this case, we've said yes, because it's basically 2 cardboard caps. And then here we've specified that we will recycle that cardboard. So once you've completed this part of the tool, you've actually put all the information in that you need, and you can move on to the results and to see how ConVert has assessed the sustainability of your piece of POP.